Hello students, in today's video we are going to learn about pH scale and types of salt. pH scale, P is the word which came from German language, and the meaning of P in pH, that stands for potence. Potence means power. The power in the pH means it tells you that how many hydrogen ions are there in the concentration level, or in any of the solution what is the hydrogen level. That this is helping us to know the level. Coming on the value, it ranges from 0 till 14. It always comes in between. The minimum is 0 and maximum is 14. When it is 0 in the solution, means that solution is acidic, and when it is coming, the count is 14, that one is alkali. In other way, it starts from 0 and it ends at the 14. When it is coming, the count of pH in the solution is 0, it means it is acidic solution, and when it is coming 14 means the solution is alkaline. In case if it is in between, so that one is neutral. Neutral is 7. Coming on, next one is higher the hydrogen ions are there in the concentration present in the solution, lower is pH value. As maximum hydrogen ions are there, so lower pH value will be there in that particular solution. pH is low means that solution is having higher number of ions. When pH is greater than 7, then the solution is basic or alkaline. When pH is less than 7, the solution is acidic, and when pH is equal to 7, the solution is neutral. We consider the solution in the level of acid, base or alkaline mode according to the counts only. Till 7 or below 7, it is acidic solution. When it is counting as 7, exactly 7, then it is neutral, and again above 7, that is basic or alkaline. Pure water, as you know, that is totally neutral in nature. And why they are neutral in nature? Because of absence of ions. Ions are absent, or we can say they are freely move in water. That is the reason they are neutral. When paper is soaked in universal indicators, so that paper is used to measure the pH scale. Definitely, as we are measuring temperature, we are using thermometer. In home, when we are cooking something, we are using the measuring cup. Same way, when we have to measure pH scale, we are using that one is paper which is soaked in universal indicator. Nowadays it has also one more thing, that electronic device is there. With the help of electronic device, we can measure the pH scale. Now again I am going to tell you that how we are going to consider and what are the sources and what is the pH value of that substance or the source. The first one substance is that one is gastric juice. Gastric juice we are having in our stomach. As you know, it creates or hormonal generation is in our stomach. That one is known as gastric juice, and the pH value of gastric juice is 1.2. 1.2 means it is below 7, means it is acidic. Next one is lemon juice. When we are taking lemon juice, the pH value of lemon juice is 2.2. Again, it is an acid, and you know in lemon we are having citric acid. In the previous only class or in the previous video only, I have explained in my video also. Next one is pure water. Pure water is 7.4. It is nearly 7. 7.4 is nearly 7 only. That is the reason it is neutral. Number 2, one more example, that is blood. Why blood is neutral? Because it is also combination with water. So its pH value is 7.4. Now we are moving towards the higher level. When we are moving towards the higher level, we are having 10 pH. That one is of milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia we are using to treat the acidity problem in our stomach. Next and the last one is sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH. It's a salt and it is about 14 we can say, and it is alkaline or it is basic. Now importance of pH in our everyday's life. Definitely it is scientific thing and it is very useful for our day-to-day life. It is happening, but so many times when we are not aware about all these concepts, we are ignoring. But where we can observe all these things, now I am going to tell you about that. First one is plants. For plants, it is in very low range, that is from 7 to 7.8. The pH in plants, all the plants, so the pH is in between 7 to 7.8. 7 is the minimum level and 7.8 is the maximum level. That one only means we can say only the difference of 0.8 is the range of plants of pH value. Now in case if how to serve if in case we are having soil below 7 or above 7.8 pH value, it is very important to know the pH knowledge, and that is the reason nowadays farmers are quite aware about their pH value. They are checking the pH scale of their soil and they are treating that pH scale. If it is below 7 or if it is above 7.8, they are treating the soil, they are making it in between 7 to 7.8, so that why it is in the range of 7 to 7.8, because in between this range only the plants grow properly with the proper growth, whatever we people are in need or whatever a farmer is required for that particular plant. If in case the plant soil is not appropriate, first they treat. If in case it is after treatment also during the growth of plant the pH scale is not appropriate, so what they used to do, some little or minor or minimum scale is required for pH level, so they used to prepare the fertilizer of that particular level so that the fertilizer can treat and we can get the proper growth of the plant. So it is very important for farmers, or it is very important for people who are growing plants to know about the range of plant. This is also one of the treatment we can use for the growth of plant. Now coming on, next one is rainwater. Rainwater, when the pH scale is below 5.6, definitely it is known 5.6 means it is below 7. Below 7 all are acid. So the rainwater, its pH is 5.6, so the water is, we can say it is acid rain, and when it flows and it goes or it merges in the source of water, definitely when it is going to merge into the source of water, the acid can create problem for the source where the water is normal. So when acid water is mixing with the normal water, definitely it is changing the ability or the consistency or the property of that particular water. And if in case the water is flowing and mixing with that source where the aquatic animals are living or aquatic plants are there, so definitely it is going to harm that animals or plants. So it is very important to check that also, because it can harm animals. Coming on the next one is that soil. As I have told you, the crops fertility and use of pH for preparing fertilizer, for preparing soil also. Coming on next one is digestive system. As you know that in class 9th also you have studied that in our stomach we are having acid, and that is HCl, hydrochloric acid. In certain amount it is there. When it is going to start increasing due to certain reasons, definitely it causes irritation or burning sensation in our stomach, and the treatment for that burning sensation or irritation in the stomach, that one is milk of magnesia. What is milk of magnesia? Milk of magnesia is mild base. So when it is reacting with the acid which is present in our stomach, so it neutralizes the solution and we feel comfortable. We can say that we have treated the acidity with milk of magnesia and it is balanced. Now I am not having any problem, I am not having any kind of burning sensation in the plant. The solution or the medicine we are taking to neutralize the acidity is also known as antacid. Nowadays it is also coming in the form of tablets. Next one is tooth decay. Do you know how tooth decay occurs? The first thing is that in our mouth, the tooth is made up of calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate is the hardest substance in our body. Even we can say whatever bones are made with calcium only, but calcium phosphate is the substance which makes our teeth stronger or harder. It is in whole of the body. We used to say that bone is harder. No, but the hardest substance in our body is our tooth, which is made up of calcium phosphate. Now how do you know why parents insist you to brush your teeth before going to bed? In the morning we are doing regularly, majority or all the people are doing brushing their teeth in the morning, but what about in the evening? When late evening you people are sleeping, parents are insisting you to brush your teeth. The reason is that when we are eating food, the food particles in the mouth, they start decaying the sugar or they break down the sugar. Because of that reason, the level of our mouth, it goes below 7. That one we can say the 5.5 is the range when bacteria decomposes the sugar and from where they are getting sugar, the particles are in the mouth. When we are not brushing our teeth, the particles of the food still lying in our mouth, so the bacteria starts breaking down the sugar and the level of sugar is 5.5. Because of that reason it starts aciding, and when acidity is there, and when I told you that it is below 5.5 or it is 5.5, definitely it starts acidic in our mouth, or the acidic level in our mouth, it starts that only. And definitely when it is acidic, what will happen in the mouth? The tooth enamel is going to break down. So that one is also one of the reason parents or doctors suggest to brush the teeth in the morning as well as in the night also, and at least after every meal if possible for you. The last one is, I'm going to continue with that only. We are going to learn more, and after that we are going to learn about salt also. When we insist for doing brush in the morning and at night, the reason behind brushing the teeth is what is important in it. Brushing our teeth. When we are brushing our teeth, the paste we people are using, that is maintaining the pH in our mouth. The paste is also now made with that only. The product they are using, which is making the pH scale in a neutralized form. So that is the reason doctor suggests to do the brush. Coming on, the next one is when any insect biting is there, any insect bite you, like honeybee or ant, like, so we feel some burning sensation in our skin. So what is that? Whenever insect is biting, they are having some acid in their stings. They inject that acid in our body, and that acid is methanoic acid. When they insect in our body, we definitely it is acid, so it gives you some burning sensation or some heating sensation. So for that only we use some common bases, and these common bases are, we can say, baking soda. Baking soda is, it is a mild base. It is a mild base and it neutralizes, because acid is injected, and when we are applying base, it is also giving you the neutralization reaction, and we feel relaxed or relief from that pain. Coming on, that next one is, now we are going to, as I have told you, we are going to learn about salts. Salts, what are salts? You must have heard the term. घर में भी ये चीज़ use करते हैं so many times. Sometimes it happens when mom is preparing food, or when you are having that meal. Sometimes you say कि ma, today in vegetable or dal salt is not appropriate. Either the level of salt is higher or it is low. When it is low, you can add up the salt. You must have seen how the salt looks like. It is white crystallized form. But are we getting in the same form? Salt is in the pure form? No. We are not getting the salt in the same form. Now I am going to tell you how we are getting and what are the properties of the salt. Salts we get from the neutralization reaction. We have learned the reaction of acid and bases, and we are getting salt in it. Same way, how we are getting salts? We are getting salts when neutralization reaction is taking place from strong acid, strong base, and then it is neutralizing and giving you the pH of 7. When we are getting pH of 7, that is neutralized. Definitely strong acid, strong base, they neutralizes. For neutralizing, everything should be same. Same way, when I can give you the example that when we are taking, suppose, any vegetable or fruit, so what they used to do, they used to put the material which we are buying, and on the other hand they are putting the weight. They are making them both equal. So same way, when we are taking strong acid or strong base, we are getting the salt after neutralization, because they both are equal. So neutralization reaction takes place and we are getting salt, and its pH is equal to 7. Coming on, next one is when strong acid is there. Suppose if any one of them is strong and one is weak, both, as I told you that we want both should be strong, or that should be of the same level. But if in case one is stronger and one is weaker, then what will happen? I am going to tell you about that. When the strong acid is there and it is reacting with the weak base, we are getting less pH, and the less pH is of, the level of pH is below 7. Below 7 means we will get acid. So always remember, when strong acid is reacting with weak bases, we will get acid only, because its pH is less than 7. Now coming on next, when we are having strong base but weak acid, then in that condition the pH is higher than the 7. level, and we will get the pH of 7 above, means we are getting base. So that is also not possible. That is the reason we are taking both should be of the equal level. Now coming on next, we are going to learn how we are preparing and what are the properties of some common salt. Some common salt in day-to-day life we are using. So what are the properties and how they are prepared, we are going to learn in this video. Next one, I am going to tell you that first is common salt. Common salt means NaCl, that is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is the form of salt. How do we get this NaCl? We get that NaCl, that is HCl, HCl hydrochloric acid. This is an acid. When it is reacting with NaCl, we are getting the salt which we are using in food preparation. That one is the pure form. I am going to explain you further. That will be separated and they are purified properly, then only we are getting for use. But the chemical, how chemically we are getting, this I am going to explain you. Now we can get salt from seawater. In seawater is very salty, as you all know. So from the seawater only we are getting salt, not from only seawater. Other sources are also there, but right now majority I can say that seawater is full of salt. So we are getting how salt is there. The salt is dissolved in the water of sea, and from there only we can get a large amount of salt there only. And that is not only single salt which we are using in the kitchen for food preparation. It is mixture of different salts which we get after separating all the salts, and we are getting it in a very large amount. We are obtaining it in very large amount. The deposit of solid salt is all over the world, not in India. All over world we are getting the salt in deposition form, and from their deposited form we are getting that one in the large crystal form. Crystal, you must be knowing the pieces, that one is known as crystals. They are brown in color. Why these crystals are brown in color? Because they are full of impurities, and this crystal or deposition of crystals is known as rock salt. Rock salts are brown in color, and after purifying we are getting the proper rock salt, and we are getting that from the rock. After breaking down of rock we are getting rock salt. That is its name is rock salt. How we are getting this one is in Bronze Age. Bronze Age means the early age. In early age it happened that the rocks were not used and they are going to break down. After breaking down they are dried up, and we are breaking down and we are getting from that only. Rock salt are also mined as coal. Coal we are getting, that is also deposition for the longer period, and we are mining it. Coal we are not getting directly from anything. Coal is an impure form we are getting through mining. This is the process of getting coal. Same way we are getting rock salt like mining. We are doing mining and we are getting rock soil. Some common salts we are getting that important raw material which we are using in day-to-day life. In day-to-day life we are using so many salts in different form. Not we can say in food preparation only we are not using in food preparation. Other than that also we are using salt in different areas of our day-to-day life, and these salts are number one, that is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, baking soda, second, third washing soda, third bleaching powder, and etc. After this we are going to learn one by one these salts, how we are getting, how we are preparing. Now I am going to explain you that. We are going to understand about the first salt, that one is caustic soda. Caustic soda, its chemical name is sodium hydroxide, and chemical formula for calcium hydroxide, as you know, that is NaOH. When this process is, we can say, electrifying the process, we are having aqueous solution of sodium chloride and water. On electrolysis, we get aqueous solution of NaOH, that is salt, chlorine, that is in the gaseous form, and hydrogen, that is also in the gaseous form. NaCl's solution is also known as brine. Now, when after reacting, how it is going to process in the aqueous solution, at anode chlorine deposits and at cathode hydrogen deposits, and the aqueous solution of NaCl remains there only. Now, what is the uses of this product we are getting? The first one is hydrogen. I am going to tell you that is used as fuel also. Number two, it's a margarine ammonia product. That one is used in fertilizer. We can say that you must have heard the terminology by the farmers, or in studies also you must have studied about that fertilizers are used to improve the growth of the plant. So how these fertilizers are prepared? In that fertilizer, some particular ratio, some particular quantity of ammonia is added, which increase the growth of the plants. Next one is coming on, that is chlorine. Chlorine is used for water treatment. Wherever a bulk or huge amount of water is there, it is used in there for cleaning purpose. Number two is in swimming pool also. We cannot clean swimming pool daily, so some quantity of chlorine is added in swimming pool water. It clears the water and it makes the water for the purpose of using. Next the one is disinfectant. This is chlorine is also used as disinfectant. In spray also they are having some certain quantity of chlorine. Next one is pesticide. Pesticide is also kind of treatment when on the crops or on the plants, when some unnecessary pests are developing, to kill them, this pesticide is prepared, and in that pesticide they are using chlorine. Now coming on next one, that one is NaOH. NaOH, that is whatever product we are getting, it is used for degreasing metal, grease करना, to make the metal smooth. But when we are not in need of too much greasing, so in that condition NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, is used. It is also used for making soap and detergent also. It is used there also. Next, paper. When it in paper industry, it is used for making paper pulp, which is manufactured and made in the form of paper. Next one is, it is also used for making artificial fibers. You must be knowing there are two types of fibers. One is man-made fiber, second one is synthetic fiber. In synthetic fiber is man-made fiber only, so in that only the people are using NaOH. So this way you must have understood about NaOH, that is caustic soda, and it all, you can see that it comes in the form of crystals. Coming on the next one, that one is bleaching powder. Bleaching powder you must have heard nowadays for the cosmetic purpose also. You heard the term bleaching. Now I am going to tell you this about the chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride, and the chemical formula is CaOCl2. In this, chlorine is acting on CaOH2, that one is calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide here is in the form of slag lime. When chlorine is reacting with slag lime, it gives you bleaching powder, and its chemical formula is CaOCl2, plus we are getting water. When this one is kept for a longer time what happens, it undergoes for some auto oxidation. In auto oxidation, when we are leaving that for as it is, we are not using it, so in that condition, due to that reason, auto oxidation reaction, some bleaching action takes place. Bleaching actions decreases the reactions. Now where we people can use this, we can use that one in bleaching powder in textile industry. In textile industry, it is used for bleaching cotton or cloth and linen also. Cotton we can bleach. Cotton is the fiber which can be bleached very perfectly, and linen. It is used for making wood pulp, or it is used for making paper. So in paper industry also it is used. Next one, it is used in laundry for cleaning purpose. It is used in disinfectant. How disinfectant we can use? It makes the water free from germs. When we are adding this in water, it makes the water without germs. So germs kills in that one. Next one, in chemical industry. In chemical industry, it is used as oxidizing agent. Wherever oxidizing agent is working, or we are in need of oxidizing agent, we are using bleaching powder for that purpose only. Now continuing to the next. The third substance or the third type of salt, that one is baking soda. The chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we can call it sodium bicarbonate also. And chemical formula of baking soda is NaHCO3. How we are getting this? I am going to tell you that when we are having aqueous solution of Na in presence of water and carbon dioxide as well as ammonia gas, it gives us NaHCl plus NaHCO3. That one is the baking soda. On heating baking soda, when we are heating baking soda, we are getting Na2CO3, water and carbon dioxide. We are getting this three also product. Here this one is baking soda, but again why we are adding baking soda in cooking purpose and everything, this I am going to explain you. When we are heating this, we are getting Na2CO3, water plus CO2. Here carbon dioxide, again when we are reacting this one, so it is used for bakery purpose. How? This I am going to chemically explain you. It is used for making NaHCO3. NaHCO3, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. When any hydrogen atom from any of the acid, when it is reacting with NaHCO3, so we are getting that is carbon dioxide, water and sodium salt of any acid. This carbon dioxide is, when in reaction we are adding in any of the food, so it rises and making the bread and all the baking items spongy. So that is the reason we are using baking soda. So the reaction also I have explained how we are getting baking soda, and just we are knowing कि हाँ हम खाने में डालते तो it makes the cakes and bread spongy. But how? After reaction we are getting that carbon dioxide, and due to that carbon dioxide reaction we are getting this. Next one is the uses is soda acid fire extinguisher. In extinguisher preparation we are using the spray, in that also we are using baking soda only. Now in kitchen also, when we are using for making or baking cakes and breads, we are using in kitchen purpose also, and when we are using that we are getting crispy pakoras. For making the pakoras crispy and tasty, we are adding this also, that is baking soda. And the last one, if you want to cook something but you are in hurry and you have to prepare it very fast, so in that condition it cooks your food very fast. So these are the uses I have explained you about baking soda. Now coming on the next, the fourth one, that is washing soda. In the name only you will get an idea that where it can be used. Its chemical name is sodium carbonate and its chemical formula is bit different from all the formulas. Na2CO3.H2O. This is the chemical formula of washing soda. When Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate, is heated, we are getting that one is washing soda. This is the washing soda we are getting, Na2CO3.H2O. How we are getting? When we are heating sodium sodium chloride, we are getting this sodium washing soda. Now washing soda is white crystalline solid. It is crystalline, means it is in the form of crystals only we get it, and when it is dissolved in water, its solution is alkaline in nature. When we are adding washing soda in water, the solution by nature is alkaline, and that is the reason it turns red litmus blue. Now next one is, what are the property of washing soda? It can remove the dust and the grease from the cloth or any of the fiber. So first one, it is used in glass, soap and paper industry. If you want to make glass, if you want to make paper, if you want to make soap or detergent or washing powder, anything, so we are using that washing soda in it. Second one is, on manufacturing sodium compound, we are getting that compound is known as borax. It is also used in chemical industry. Now next one is, it removes the permanent hardness of water. If water is too hard, we are getting underground water. In so many houses we are getting drinking water that is hard water. So to make the water soft, it is used. How we are using it, you must be knowing the compound it is used for removing, and for removing the hardness of water we are using water filter also. In that also the people are using the same one. The last one is the cleansing agent. That one is used at houses also for making. We are using detergent, and in houses and in laundries also even we are using detergent. So this compound is used for this purpose also. Now we are going to come at the next one. Now the last salt we are going to understand, that is plaster of Paris. The plaster of Paris, its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate, and its chemical formula is CaSO4.12H2O. How we are getting this? When gypsum is, that formula is CaSO4.2H2O. When it is heated at 373 Kelvin temperature, we get plaster of Paris, that is CaSO4.half water molecules. As well as we are getting 1.5 molecule of water. You can see here we are having 2 molecule of water. Out of that, half is coming for preparation of plaster of Paris. Remaining 1.5 is coming as it is in the form of water. Again, that one is known as, when this one is giving us, the next one is gypsum. How we are getting gypsum, this I am going to tell you once again. When CaSO4 is heated till 373 degree Kelvin, we are getting plaster of Paris. Next, when gypsum is heated above 400 Kelvin, so we are getting anhydrous form of CaSO4, which is again a dead burnt plaster, and it is not having property of hardening anything. Now coming on, next one is the uses of plaster of Paris. First one, it is used in the clinic or in the hospital for the bones fracture, I'm going to explain you how come. If a bone is fractured, we have to set the bone at the proper place, and we need some hard substance to hold the bone properly and to support the bone to keep that position proper. And for proper positioning we are using plaster of Paris. So it is used in clinical purpose. Number 2, many of the decorative pieces are made with plaster of Paris. Third, when we are making the ceiling, we are using designing of ceiling also, we are using plaster of Paris. So in today's video you have learned all about acid, bases and salts. I hope you must have understood all the concepts. I'll wait for your reply. If you have any doubt, you please ask me the doubts with me anytime. So the given link is with you. In the next video I'll come with some new facts of science and maths. Till then, all of you, bye.